Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. My name is Steven and this is the Storytime channel. Today we have some I Don't Work Here Lady stories, and our first story of the day is by Angel Wolf. I am doing my job, it's just not with this company. I am a security guard. With the outbreak, we have gotten a lot of new companies and contracts, and there have been several stores that hire my company for mask enforcement. Basically refusing service for anyone who tries to walk in without a facial covering. This event took place at one of these new contracts for a home improvement shop, one that promises that you can save big money shopping here. My job at this location is extremely simple and narrow. If I see someone walk in without a mask, I stand between them and the gate, inquire as to their lack of mask, and give them the option of purchasing a mask for less than 50 cents at the nearby customer service desk if they do not have one of their own. For the most part, people are kind and understanding. Many of them apologize, saying they forgot and quickly dig out a mask from a pocket or a purse and go on about their way. One day, however, I met the Karen. I had just stopped an elderly gentleman and asked if he had a mask. He laughed, pulled it out of his pocket saying he always forgets it, puts it on and walks through the turnstile. As I am having the conversation with him, in walks Karen, staring me down, no mask, and almost runs into the elderly gentleman as she tries to rush past me. I, however, step in her way with a kind smile. "Hello, ma'am, do you have a mask today?" "No, and I don't need one either." "I am sorry, however, the policy states that everyone is required to wear a mask. If you need one, you can get one over there," pointing to customer service desk, "for just 42 cents. "I told you I don't need a mask, I just need a washing machine. Where are they?" "I don't know where the washing machines are, however, I can't let you pass this point without a mask. Please either get one on or see the customer service desk to purchase one." "What do you mean you don't know where the washing machines are? What kind of incompetent worker are you?" "I am not an employee of this store. I work for a third-party security company. I do not know this store, but you cannot go through these gates without a mask." During this time, Karen tries to walk around me multiple times. I keep stepping in front of her, keeping my hands low and calmly repeating, "You need a mask." "You obviously work here and I don't like your attitude. Either tell me where I can get a washing machine or get the heck out of my way." She, pointing to customer service employee, will be more than able to help you find what you need, as well as sell you a mask so you can shop here. At this point, customer service employee realizes that something isn't right, as for the most part as a guard, I smile and wave, pace, and don't really interact with customers. So when I'm no longer smiling, standing still, and speaking with a customer, this usually means that something is going wrong. Customer service employee says, "Hello, what can I do to help today?" I say she is looking. "I want a washing machine and he refuses to tell me where they are. He just keeps getting in my way and telling me to wear a dang mask." CSE says, "I am sorry, but he does not work within the store. His job is just to enforce the mask rules. I would be more than happy to help. Do you have a mask today?" "No, I don't have a mask and I'm not wearing one." Some long-winded rant about HIPAA and civil rights. "Well, ma'am, he won't let you in without a mask, and unless you have one, I would be unable to assist you in getting the washing machine you want." "I've had enough. Get me your manager now." CSE then gets on her walkie and radios for a manager to come up. The manager says, "Hello, how are you doing today?" "I'm doing horrible. Your employees are useless, refuse to help me, and won't even let me in the store. I demand you fire them both." The manager says, "I am sorry, but he," pointing to me, "is not an employee here. We hired his company to enforce mask policies." "I've already told you people I won't wear a freaking mask. Now fire these people and help me get my washing machine." At this point, she is escalating more and is getting very close to the manager, which triggers my training. Normally, I am not allowed to go hands-on, however, there is an exception when there is a significant threat of violence to myself or employees of the company I am working at, and it's starting to appear as if some violence may happen. I say, "Ma'am, I'm going to need you to calm down and please back away from the manager. We don't want any physical contact." I'm not talking to you. You're about to be fired anyway. You might as well go home already. The manager says he's not going to be fired, he's doing his job, and I would be more than happy to take you to our washing machines, but you need to get a mask first. Another 5-minute argument during which I am forced to stand between the manager and Karen as she is getting more and more aggressive. The manager took this chance to motion for CSE to call the police. The manager says, "At this point, I am going to have to ask you to leave. I won't have you yelling at our security or refusing to follow our policies." "I'm not leaving until you fire this a-hole and I get my washing machine. And get out of my way. Don't you know it's rude to get between two people talking?" The manager says he is doing his job making sure no violence happens. "We have called the cops. Leave now." About 5 minutes later, the cops arrive with Karen screaming that we physically assaulted her and hit her when all she wanted to do was get a washing machine. And even after the police reviewed the camera footage, she held to her story. As they attempted to trespass her from the store, she swung at me and luckily missed. That, however, was enough for her to leave the store in handcuffs. I'm not sure why she thought I was an employee. My uniform is gray and black with a bright red logo, and the store's uniform is a lot of blues and greens. But all's well that ends with Karen in the back of a police car. Do you guys think people like this that are so against wearing masks in public places can be convinced of the benefit of it, first of all, and secondly, that each place is a private property and that you have to abide by their rules? Let me know in the comments down below. Our next story is by Morpheus J, The Case of the Drunken Urinator. Many moons ago, I was working as the night manager of a hotel on Clearwater Beach. I walked down to the Hess station to go get more coffee and chat with my friend. Let's call him Dave, who works there. Also, he gives me my coffee for free, so there's that too. Dave and I are standing outside the store when we hear some commotion up the street. We think nothing of it since it was 3 a.m. and when the clubs let out, there is always something going on. A few minutes pass and we are still outside talking. Here enters our good friend, Drunken Urinator. Drunken Urinator heads over to the side of the store and proceeds to live up to his name. Dave yells out to him that when he is done, which I thought he was quite kind to let the guy finish, he had to leave the property. Allow me to point out a few things. Dave is white, I am black. Dave is about 8 inches shorter than me. Dave is wearing a green shirt that says Hess on it. I am wearing a brown polo. Dave has a mullet, I am bald. Dave has a good beer gut thing going on. I, not so much. Simply put, there is no way any rational, sane individual would ever confuse the two of us. Back to the story. Drunken Urinator leaves and Dave goes inside. I follow to fill up my coffee cup. It's free, remember? And then head back outside to walk back to my actual place of employment. This is when Drunken Urinator rounds the corner of the store and yells, "That's the mother freaker right there," pointing at me. First, I have no idea who he is yelling to since he is alone, and second, I immediately see this is going to end badly. So I put my hands up, left one still has the cup of coffee, and start backing away. I say, "Dude, I don't work here. You can piss on the whole building if you want. I don't care." Drunken Urinator approaches me and starts babbling out something in drunken speak I can't really understand. What I do understand is that he is poking me in the chest. He does this a couple of times, all the while I am still attempting to back away, and I warn him, "You will stop poking me." Drunken Urinator says, "You don't tell me what to do. I'll do whatever the freak I want." He pulls back his hand and goes to poke me again, and so I punched him in that nice soft space under the Adam's apple. He falls backward a couple of feet and is trying to get his throat working properly again when someone yells out, "What's going on? That's my brother." I look up to see brother of Drunken Urinator come running over to check. I say, "Look, your brother is drunk and mistook me for someone who works here he had an issue with." He wouldn't listen, and here we are. By the way, I'm still backing up. I'm about 40 feet away now because I just want to go back to work. Brother of Drunken Urinator says, "Yeah, he gets like that sometimes when he's drunk. I apologize for him." He gets up to come over and shake hands. I say, nope, stay right there, we are good. Just stay with your brother and I'm gonna head out. Oh, it's like that? You're not gonna shake my hand? If you come over here, you're going to end up right next to your brother. Let's just call it a night. Brother of Drunken Urinator looks at me, then down at his brother, then at me again. He mumbled something and knelt to help his brother get up, which I took as a perfect time to turn around and walk away. Working as the night manager of a hotel at a tourist spot, I have many of these encounters, but this is the only one I thought fits the sub. That guy must have been really toasted to just get so belligerent over that. Because somebody said, hey, don't pee on the building, that's what's gonna make you and your drunk stupor resort to fighting? And I don't even want to know what kind of underhanded crap the brother was trying to pull, considering their reaction. And our final story of the day is by Ice and Fire Girl. An employer mistakes me for an employer. I often think back on this story and figure I'd share it here. Backstory. There seems to be an aura about me or something that says security despite being a 5'5" female and 110 pounds soaking wet. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Maybe it's my choice of clothing, I don't know. Some people have told me it's probably my semi-permanent serious expression. I actually have worked security, but it didn't last long only because the company I worked for went under. One time, two guys were fighting at an event I was working security at and I was babysitting one of the guys while another security guard babysat the other one in another room until the police would show up. The entire time, the guy was profusely apologizing to me for his behavior. I thought it was kinda amusing. Once, I was outside my favorite nightclub. I wasn't really in the mood to be clubbing, so I decided to just hang out with the bouncers outside for a while. I was friends with all the staff at that club, and often I'd be hanging out with the staff after closing and wrestling with the bouncers. Both the bouncers that night were well over 6 foot and buffed as heck. At some point, one of the bouncers said to the other, "Isn't it great to have OP here? Nobody dares to have an attitude problem while she's here," and the other one agreed. I'll admit, it was a huge ego booster. Security jobs aside, I always seem to be asked if I work at whatever place I go to, but to this day, I've never been asked by a Karen. So I don't really have any juicy stories to tell about that. I guess, in a way, a security guard would be a pretty good job for me despite me attempting to avoid conflict at all cost. Because everything always seems to run smoothly when I'm around and there's never any conflict. Although, those who know me wouldn't care one way or the other. A friend of mine once described me as ice cold on the outside, but a teddy bear on the inside. That's actually a direct quote. So, on to my story. I guess it's not very long though, and it doesn't include a lady despite the name of this subreddit. During the night, in my home country, security guards man shifts at 24-hour gas stations and stores because of drunken, drugged-up idiots roaming around. Security guards not working that moment would get some benefits at each place, like free coffee, bathroom usage, etc. One Saturday night, I went to one of the 24-hour stores with my friend to get some sweets for the night. My friend was the ultimate party girl, while I'm more of a tomboy. I was wearing my usual camo cargo pants and a black windstopper, pretty much what I always wore. I asked the security guard at the register if I could use the bathroom. My bladder rarely goes off when I'm not home, but when it goes off, it needs to be emptied ASAP. The security guard said, "Sure, it's right inside the staff area." I went and used the bathroom. When I was finished, my friend told me that she also needed to use the bathroom, so I guided her to the bathroom. I figured since I was allowed to use it, she must be allowed to use it too. But nope. After my friend came out of there, the security guard told me that the bathroom was for staff only. Oops. Now I get it. He thought I was a security guard. I didn't dare tell him that I actually wasn't a security guard. I figured it would be better for his job security not to know. He assumed I never claimed to be, so ain't my fault, right? Yeah, I don't think it's OP's fault. They assumed that you worked there just based off of the question you brought up to them, and they took you to some place that you otherwise wouldn't have known it was really off limits. It's really all just a big misunderstanding. At least, it seems that way. But with that being said, that's all the time we have for today. So if you have a favorite story of the day, let me know which story and why in the comments down below. But besides that, if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like, and if you haven't, subscribe and turn notifications on so you'll never miss an upcoming video. No matter what you do, whether it's just viewing the video, liking, subscribing, turning notifications on, I appreciate the heck out of it. Every little thing that you do helps the channel grow that much more, and I can't thank you enough for it. So until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll be right here next time on the Storytime channel.